How do we classify the pelvis? If I go to classify, we can classify in two ways. One is according to the pelvic beam index. Pelvic beam index. It can be classified into the following groups. And these groups are dolichopelvic, where the anteroposterior diameter or APD is more than the transverse diameter. Next mesotipelic. Here the transverse diameter is more than the anteroposterior diameter. Then third one is here brachypelvic. And the fourth one or last one is platypelvic. But in all these three, mesotipelic, brachypelvic and platypelvic, in all these three varieties, the transverse diameter is more than the anteroposterior diameter. Then how will you differentiate these three varieties? Here anteroposterior more than transverse, but in all these three groups, transverse is more. And the point of differentiation is that here it is more than the APD by 0 to 1 centimeter. That means maybe same or up to 1 centimeter is more. But here in the brachypelvic variety, it will be about 1.1 to 2.9 centimeter more than the anteroposterior diameter. And for the platypelvic, it will be more than 2.9. That means it will be about 3 centimeter more. So in this way, we can classify the pelvis according to the pelvic beam index into these four varieties. And another way of classification is there, and that classification is based on shape of the pelvic inlet. So according to the shape of pelvic inlet, we can classify into these varieties. What are these varieties? This is called gynecoid. Gynecoid variety or gynecoid pelvis. Then android pelvis, then anthropoid pelvis, and last one is called the platypeloid pelvis. So there are four varieties of pelvis according to the measurement of pelvic inlet. So here in the gynecoid pelvis, the normal female pelvis is gynecoid variety. Here the transverse diameter is more than the anteroposterior diameter. Here also transverse diameter more than the anteroposterior diameter. And this pelvis particularly found in case of the males. And here the anteroposterior diameter is more than the transverse diameter. Just reverse to this, but here it is long variety, like this. Long variety. This anteroposterior diameter is more than the transverse diameter. And the last one is the flat pelvis. Here transverse diameter is more than the anteroposterior diameter. Just reverse to this. If you rotate it in this way, this is the anteroposterior diameter, this is transverse diameter. It is more than the anteroposterior diameter. So it is called flat pelvis. So these are all the shape of the pelvic inlet. So on the basis of shape of inlet, we can classify the pelvis again in the four varieties: gynecoid, female, android, usually in the males, then anthropoid and pedipalloid. So all these are different varieties of pelvis on the basis of two different ways.